Hi, I'm Jen, and these are my new glasses. But you would never know it because they look exactly the same. Quick reminder here at the top that this is an inclusive space where Black Lives Matter. If there's anything that we can do to make our content more accessible or inclusive, please let us know in the comments below, or you can drop me an email. Today we are talking Q2 bullet journal. Yeah! So I updated you guys back at the beginning of the year with my new bullet journal layout, how I was going to try it quarterly rather than monthly, because monthly kind of stresses me out and I end up not using it, and I put all that work into something that kind of goes to waste. So I've switched over to a quarterly layout and sort of breaking things up into different journals, which is working a little better. We'll see how it goes. So in Q1, I really liked sort of the dashboard view that I created, where the front page just has reminders of books I want to get to, movies I want to watch, like my overall events and projects that I'm working on, submission deadlines, and then my zine theme for that quarter, and a place where I can write down ideas for that theme. In the middle, I've got these like Dutch door, I guess is what you would call them, monthly spreads for each of the months in the quarter. And I make sure that I have not only a monthly spread, but a back and front cover for each month as well. And then on the back page of the dashboard, I've got sort of my business page where I have reminders of how much social media I still have to get out. I really want to focus on my Patreon this year, so I'm giving that a decent amount of real estate on this page. And then reminders for what stage each of the videos for my YouTube channel are in for any given month. I really wanted to try something new, so I started doing some watercoloring, and that is what I included at the beginning here, where I'm doing my cover page as just a nice little watercolor painting. It started out as an abstract idea with these like metallic-y watercolors that I have, and then I decided that the line I drew in the middle of the page kind of looked like a hail, and so I decided to start painting some flowers. Later on, I outlined a bunch of those and then just wrote Q2, April to June over the top of it, and pasted in a bunch of pictures of teacups and tea, because I decided that was going to be my theme, is like tea parties for this particular quarter. I experimented this month with a bunch of like different things getting pasted in and stuck in, using washi tape a little more liberally and some of like the vinyl pages that I got at Target a long time ago, to just sort of create different shapes and add bits of color that would have taken a really long time and made me extremely frustrated if I had tried to add them by hand. I really like the way a lot of it came out, and even if I wasn't super happy with it in the process, by the end of it, I'm kind of proud of the overall result. I also got a set of acrylographs for my birthday, which was super cool, and I decided to try and experiment with those, creating different borders on my business page especially, where I was starting out by just doing a simple frame, and then tried some bubbles, and then went for some different vines. And again, I really like the way these turned out. The acrylographs give me a great clean line, and they're really bold colors. I got the jewel toned set, so I expected that, but I get that bold color out of even the like softer pinks and yellows as well. So I highly recommend the acrylographs for anyone who's doing stuff, especially in moleskin journals, because the paper takes the paint really, really nicely. As far as my monthly spreads go, you can see that I start out by working on April, which is going to be Camp NaNoWriMo this year, and I'm using that to edit the book that I wrote last November. So I started out calculating how many words I'm going to have to get throughout the month, which was pretty easy because it's 50,000 words that I wrote last November, and then breaking that down into how many I think I could get done reasonably on a work day. So I think editing obviously is a lot different than writing, so I don't think getting through 3,000 words is going to be super difficult, but I also haven't done Camp NaNoWriMo before, and I haven't sat down and worked on a long-term editing project in quite a while, so I may be proven completely wrong. But you can see me moving around the numbers to sort of give myself days off, and then at the end of each week I wrote the weekly goal instead of a daily goal, because that really worked out for me well in NaNoWriMo, And I'm hoping it'll serve me well again in Camp NaNoWriMo, looking at those weekly goals or thinking about things in a longer term than daily, because I can get really overwhelmed really quickly if I miss like 1 or 2 days. And Billy Joel says, "You can't afford to lose a day or two." And I think Billy Joel might be right, so we're gonna go with that. The other things that I started tracking in my quarterly journal is Musical Monday posts, because I fell behind a little bit on those. Those are Patreon exclusive posts that I do. Each Monday I put out a mini essay about a musical that I have seen or have experience with and either like an awful lot or hate an awful lot. And I don't know if that's actually going anywhere, but I'm having a lot of fun working on it. I tried to schedule out my zine to-dos as well this quarter a little bit better, because I fell behind on that as well in the first quarter, but keeping it in the dashboard definitely kept it on my mind. And then I'm trying to track my work days, but you can see I'm writing all this stuff in pencil because daily editing goals may change based on how much I'm actually capable of doing. And then my work days move around, so that's why I try not to write those in pen either. Overall, I've just started using pencil more often when I'm planning because it's easier to work with, even though it doesn't look as nice. While I was really focused on the conference and my presentation in quarter one, I'm focusing on editing and submitting things all throughout quarter two. Okay, so we're going to close out with a flip through of my quarter two planner. You'll notice there are still some blank pages in the monthly here because I wanted to leave room for anything that may come up over the course of the quarter. As always, if you haven't already, you can like this video and subscribe to my channel down below, and you can hit the bell up above to make sure that you're notified every time we have new content. If you want to find a full list of my social media and how to contact me, you can click the link in the description below. Let me know how you're planning the next couple of months, or if you still plan 1 month at a time, and what's on the horizon for you. As always, thanks for watching, and stay safe and stay healthy.
Are you always this articulate?
Hercules, my